Hey.
There we go. There we go. Hey, what's going on?
Now I see.
Now we see. Now we
Saturday.
understand the ramifications, repercussions of messing with our cornbread.
That's right. 7JF, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter, guys. Don't worry. We'll be cursing in 4 minutes and 5 seconds. In the meantime, in between time, just know that we are your host. I am Black Pedro. This guy.
I am Shang, and I want to let y'all know something. Thank y'all for supporting us and rocking with us as long as you have. All the people that are regulars and the people that don't rock with us, syphilis is in your future.
Wow. All right. Wrap up, guys. Savage AF, listen, we are a show that talks politics, hot topics, and current events in an I don't give a fluff kind of style.
Hey, watch your language, man.
Oh, well, you know, I'm just all riled up.
Come on, bro. I mean, what are you doing?
What the fluff?
I mean, what are you doing, bro?
You can usually catch us Monday through Friday, typically 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram simultaneously.
He don't really talk that way. He's from Detroit.
Only when I say
simultaneously. Like the only word that he talks like that is when he says simultaneously. Other than that,
you please hand me some foil of aluminum.
Okay, and when he says that, but other than that, every other word, like if he was asking, "Yo, get me a drink," it wouldn't be like, "Oh, get me a."
We need to stop for petrol.
Yeah, see, he wouldn't do that. Wow.
Listen, if you ever miss us live on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, just know that's your fault.
No. Let's make it even higher stakes. If you miss us on all of these platforms, we giving you your whole family of women are hoes.
Wow.
Yeah, let's just take it there. If you don't rock with us, if you don't, your grandma is twerking somewhere for coins.
You know, I feel like that was probably sometime around the Great Depression, and you can't really judge people for what they did back then. You know,
right? They had to pay their bills. But I'm just telling y'all right now, if y'all ain't, but it's scrolling down there, you ain't got no excuse. And that's all I'm saying. Look at my hands. Look at my hands.
Yeah, man. Listen, youtube.com/c/SavageAFWorld. That's our channel on YouTube. It has all our shows archived there. So if you ever miss us live, just make sure you're subscribed and notified. And then you
click it and like a clickety. You click the bell, you know what happens? Good things happen for you. Don't click the bell. You know what? I told y'all, your whole family, not just the women, that's messed up. All your family's hoes. You got male hoes, you got female hoes. Damn. Y'all just all hoes. But, and I don't know, y'all can come right back at me and say, well, you use a hoe. No, ain't nobody hoeing over here. But rating's important. I just say that to, you know, it's like when you clickbait. But in reality, we do need your ratings, and you do it like this. Make sure you rate, comment while you're subscribing. Subscribing. I said it right. Subscribing, and then use your thumbs too. Give us some thumbs up.
Yeah. Digital thumbs. If you don't have thumbs, you can still do the digital thumb thing.
See, watch how I do this. See,
some of you aren't on YouTube because you're degenerates. You got kicked off or whatever it is. They're looking for you. But that's what Facebook is for. They don't have standards. SavageA.F. on.
They don't have any morals, any moral center. Something like the ex-president, no morals, no center of. Only center of gravity is when he's shitting in his diaper.
Yeah. His core is poop.
I don't like that. Oh my God. All right. But aside from that, that's one more important thing before we get into the show. And the reason for the people that come and watch the show all the time, we got to do this. We never know if there's new people You got to let them know the new shit. Just like a TV show starts off with the same beginning. That's why we do this. So I know you get tired of it. I know I get tired of it. I don't think Pedro does because Pedro does it in English accents. And he tries to act fancy. You know, he's a little fancy. I'm gonna tell you something. We ain't
I'm fancy, dog.
First off, I just want to say something about Pedro. He's fancy. He a little fancy nigga. And again, and never, ever bowl with this motherfucker.
195, y'all just did
it. He just when I was sitting there going, and I was getting strikes, and he was like, "For your strike, I shall get 3 strikes," and he get
when the top of my right foot was upside down on the ground, you know, I got into that full kick.
Yeah, that's when it was.
I was on the ground like Spider-Man and shit. Like, yes, sir.
Yeah. But you know what's more important than a 195? You know what I'm saying? Is IG, Instagram. Make sure you follow us on
95,000 followers on Instagram.
That would be nice. And right here, you can start right here at Black Pedro, at Comedian Shang. And if you got threads, and I don't mean clothes, I mean threads, follow us at Black Pedro, at Comedian Shang on threads.
Same name.
You got threads, baby. Isn't that what the old people used to? I'm old, but I'm saying old people used to say, like, "Hey man, those are nice threads." Wasn't that a saying, or was it just me?
No, man, it wasn't just you, man. It was a thing.
It was a thing.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about that, going, "Am I wrong on this?" Because I remember seeing something where they're like, "Man, let me tell you something, baby. Those nice threads."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Duds, threads, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I was right. It's drip now for little kids.
All right. So listen, Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings, facts matter. Let's say hello to everybody out there. It's 3:13 p.m. on the West Coast. That's Detroit, 313. What up, though? Over on YouTube, I see Maya Baker, Mizzo Williams, LG, Compton's Finest. Damani Jones is here. Aaron Kingsley, I see you.
Good Humor Wasted.
Compton's Finest, Good Humor.
LG.
Good Humor, by the way, says, I take naked pictures of my feet.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
You know the DMs, girl. Stop playing. Who else is in here? I don't see WDMA Warrior today, but maybe he'll be back. Over on my IG, I see Pookie did it. Wendy E, Queen Gina Marie. She's pouring a glass of wine. Cheers to you. I'm dry right now. I didn't go to the store in time. Lokes Hope, I see you as well. Abraham.
Pedro, did you just say? Oh man, I'm dry right now.
Flat out right now, baby.
It's the way you said it. Oh man, let me tell you. Almost Terrence Howard. I didn't want to know. I'm dry right now.
I forgot to go to the store. No other Miranda joined in. All right, Lady Hazel, man. Let's get into this show. It's August 2nd, a Friday.
Yeah. Can you believe it's already August 2nd? It just seemed like the year with so much stuff just flew by. And it's been quite a fucktastic year.
But I won't be doing this show sober ever. Don't worry, guys.
Okay. Well, you know what? If that's the case, if we go in there, I'm gonna tie off.
There you go. Tie one up. Find that main vein. Listen, August 2nd, 2024, in the time space in 2020.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. I ain't doing this show sober. Who the fuck? What happened just now?
Come on. We are gonna. I've been trying to do this for the past 2 damn days, but we're gonna end with a Black Pedro pop in.
You did. You did say you was good. All right. And
then before we get into that, just the 3 Ds. Some words of advice: don't debate, dummies. Let's talk about it.
DDD. Let me tell you something. If y'all haven't seen Pedro like this on the show, but this motherfucker was when he started rubbing his forehead, like, and he started doing putting his hands and squeezing his hands, and then just.
All right, we'll get into it, but before we get into that, man, I figured we could just have a little perspective fun here, and kind of speculate on who exactly, now that she has shored up officially, unofficially, all of the delegates needed to become the nominee. Who should Vice President Kamala Harris and future President Kamala Harris chooses her vice
Wow,
president.
so you putting it out in the air, even though she doesn't have a chance
Putting it
in
out.
hell. And
She just raised 300. Bro, she raised $310 million.
I'm gonna tell you why she doesn't have a chance in hell. Remember when Trump? Okay, so just hear me out, because I know people think no, I don't want Trump to win in any way, shape, or form. But I know how white people, and I'm not saying all white people, a percentage of white people that are extremely devious and they're trying to do some dirt. And I'm going to put this up here so you can see why I think there's a very good chance that she doesn't have a chance. Okay?
Well, it's not that like Trump can't win, so that's why they're doing all of this, behind the scenes shit. The GOP is to install, election officials, even in the smaller counties, so that these states can't certify election results, and they're gonna, try and gum up the system. But that's all that is. Like when we talk about actual winning in a fair election, Kamala Harris is going to win that. But let's speculate on who she might, because rather than speculating on the outcome, something to come before that will be her vice presidential pick, right? The person who, we don't really vote for that person, right? This is
in this instance, I think we do.
I mean, not directly though, right? Like it's just a ticket. It's like we're really voting for Kamala Harris, and whoever she picks is like, well, if she thinks they could be president, if she can't, then we must too. You know what I mean? And unless she picks like, I don't know, Satan or something to be her VP, well, you're pretty much just going to ride with it. So who should that person be? Who do y'all think? Who do you guys have in mind? And maybe even who's the last person on earth that you would want to see? Now, Maya Baker comes out hot. She says Whitmer.
It's not going to be Mark Kelly.
And Mark Kelly are out. Okay, yeah. And I don't think, I think a double woman ticket would be tough.
Yeah, well, and also I think Pete Buttigieg, even though I like Pete, and Pete be just scraping people's to the ground when he's debating, when he's on Fox and whatever else. I think because of the fact he's gay, it might be a little bit a bridge too far for that.
Well, I mean, but it could be, I mean, unifying. Yeah, conservatives wouldn't like it, but it could be really unifying. I do think that Pete Buttigieg is a bit like he's almost too nice. Like he does eviscerate people, but almost in this kind of very nice, wholesome way that, for me personally, doesn't play as well on the national stage like that.
Yeah, but we need Kimbo. We need Kimbo Slice. We need
he's totally qualified and like educated.
But people still have that stigma pretending to someone that's gay as though they're, like you said, once you said eating children or something. But I'm gonna tell you who it is. I already got my pick. I already know who it is. But I'm gonna let you say who you say, and then I'm gonna say who I say. And this is one that actually would help her pick up votes in a swing state that we really, really need. But go ahead, nigga. Go ahead and say who you gonna say, and then I'll say who I'm gonna say. You want me to say who I'm gonna say?
Good Humor Wasted said maybe she can pick her husband as VP. Girl, you are wasted. What you talking about?
Doug, do me a favor. Stop drinking so early. No, I already know who it is. I know who it is, and it would be the best choice. It's not my choice necessarily, but I'm going by best choice pertaining to picking up a state that is going to be tough to win, and this particular person is very popular in that state. But go ahead.
I think I got a couple of dudes. I think it should be a white dude to balance out the ticket.
It is going to be a white dude. Are you kidding me?
Saying like that's probably just.
It's going to be a Caucasoid.
If America's going to go in this direction, they probably still.
And then what they're going to try to do is poison Kamala, and then he'll be president.
I think Pritzker out of Illinois would be a good. No. He's the governor of Illinois. In my dreamland, it'd be Bernie.
You think Bernie would be a good one? He would be giving us shit all day. Did you go against the top 1%? I don't give a shit about nothing else. He hasn't even endorsed her yet. What are you talking about?
Kamala says she wants to she wants to expand the middle class, and that's a Bernie thing. So
Bernie doesn't think that way at all. He just doesn't give a shit about the top 1%.
Yeah, but I realistically, I don't think he's.
See, you're making me get itchy, man. I gotta say who I'm saying. You making me get itchy.
Go ahead, dog. Throw it out there.
PEDRO.
Yeah, his stance on Israel though is a problem. I think
it's a problem because he's a Jew.
Well, I mean, it's just for progressives that was part of the problem that they had with Biden, Vice President Harris called for a ceasefire, pretty directly and much earlier. So I think Shapiro while again he's great in all other aspects on a national ticket with this progressive movement moving. That I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I know, but I just feel like Pennsylvania, he's incredibly popular.
This is and Aaron Kingsley basically just said what I said. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is a good pick, but she can lose the Free Palestine crowd for picking a Jewish man. And I would say it's not just for picking a Jewish man, but one who has his stance. He's like very, very pro-Israel. And I think that's where it would be. It's like not just that he's Jewish, but that he has this particular point of view.
Because there's Jewish people that are actually against Israel, that go against what.
Well, in terms of its occupation,
occupation, and also some of the, the fact that a lot of innocent people. Well, you're going to lose people in a war anyway. But I'm just saying, I think that they kind of targeted a few people that I go, man, they really wasn't doing nothing. And the fact that half are kids, not good. But the reason I said him is because Pennsylvania is something got to be won. But going with an astronaut, I thought going with the astronaut dude, he was an old dude, looked like if he got in a fight at a bar, he looked like the type of dude that headbutt you. Like
who's the astronaut dude?
Is that Kelly?
Oh. Yeah, no, he's out. Whitmer is strong, but
she's not. No, two women, no.
I mean, I'd be all for it.
I'd be all for it, but I'm telling you, there'd be chauvinistic men going, "No, I want you down. You're making women take all the right. Why don't you just let me give you my penis? You might as well just take my penis. Two women, two of
them." Gina Emerson said, "Did you say Mark Kelly was out?" According to Maya Baker, she said Whitmer and Mark Kelly are out. I know Whitmer wasn't in on it. Like she was like, "I'm good." But
that backstory, his backstory is so fucking gangster, and also this thing that happened with his wife, and here come Kuchadamas. Will someone have a chance to make America great again and not miss the shot? You know what? I don't think he was shot. I'm gonna keep it real. When he was at the black journalists, I'd say roasting. It was a roast battle. His ear looked fine. It didn't look like a piece was missing or nothing. People have zoomed in on his ear. His ear looked like, and if you can hit, what is he, fucking Wolverine? Heal that fast? Stop it.
It's the president. They have all the latest technology.
Okay, wow.
Silicone, aloe, all of that shit. Maya Baker says, at Gina, he missed the short list. They need him in the Senate. That's Mark Kelly. So, a lot of strategy going into these picks here. It does have to be somebody
that can help her with the swing state.
Kamala Harris, just in her sort of her presence alone, is a polarizing figure. Let alone her record or however you might feel about her once you get to know her as a candidate, at least. So, I could see. That's why I said it's probably going to be a white guy. Should be a white guy just to. Center it a little bit, help.
Oh, no, because you still got people that are uncomfortable. There's got people that are still uncomfortable with anybody, like they did Obama. Like everything they could think of that was a stereotype and negative, they went at her. I mean, Meg Thee Stallion being at the show, oh well, she just trotting out hoes, and I'm like, yo, stop it. The young vote gravitates to a lot of these artists They have 25 million followers. It makes sense to try to shore them up. But the reason I said Shapiro is because of Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is going to be a tough one. So now Arizona, if you look at Arizona, yeah, but you need somebody that can help her pull a state.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know if that person has to be from that state necessarily,
right?
And understand that really the big difference in all of these swing states is that they had a metropolis with a large Black population, right? Wisconsin with Milwaukee, Michigan with Detroit, Philadelphia with Pennsylvania, Atlanta for Georgia, right? So
wish we could get somebody in Georgia, because Georgia's going to be, it's a purple state, but it's tipping. It's tipping, and they're little rednecks down there. Huh?
A southerner might be,
might be a good look, right? That's what I'm saying. Might be a good look, but I'm saying because Georgia, that piece. By the way, I've done a lot of shows in Georgia. That piece of shit is ridiculous. Of course, YT Johnson comes in. Pedro's fade is tighter than Chinese coochie. I don't even know. I don't. You know what? I don't know how.
I've never been with a Chinese woman, so I'm not.
Well, I can't really say that.
Hey, man, when you build like me, it's all tight. You know what I'm saying, dog? Big, small, tall, don't matter.
And right after that, a little tear came down his face, like glory. No, I'm saying because Atlanta, if you look at the Atlanta area, yeah, there's a lot of Black folks there than that. But I'm telling you, the outer perimeter of Atlanta ain't none but rednecks and racists. I'll tell you right now that in fact, when you're driving through, that's what they say. Hey, Pedro, what you doing outside the perimeter? Ain't you supposed to be in the center of Niggerville?
Don't worry, Clem, I found him.
But I think a smart strategy would be getting somebody Southern, but somebody like a good humor wasted. You said it right. Somebody that is in the middle, not too extreme, because Kamala in general is seen as extreme to some of these dumb, incredibly, frighteningly dumb people in this country. And I know we're going to talk about it later, but there's some scary, scary, stupid motherfuckers in this world.
Hey, what about like an Andy Bashir, who's like Kentucky governor, Democrat?
Good choice.
Hasn't said and the South, maybe help bring some of that in. I don't know, man. But we are eager to see. Enough speculation on that for today. Let's
all right, but you got to say who's your pick.
Well, like I said, I'm up in the air. I got a couple of guys. I guess Pritzker jumps to mind for me.
Is that your number one?
I think so. I just kind of like.
Okay, I got two.
He says I think he's a fighter, and then Bashir just came to my head just now, so I'm like,
I would say Bashir. It's not tied with Shapiro, but again, the Shapiro apprehension is because he's a Jew. See, that's how you have to say that in comedic terms. He's a Jew. And then, the Palestinian vote and the young white and Black people that feel like, they did some fuck shit, and so they won't vote for anybody that backs Israel. Yeah. Stacey Abrams will bring in Georgia. They're not going to pick Stacey Abrams.
No. She. I think she just means with the Stacey Abrams efforts.
No.
I think
these rednecks is down there. These rednecks is down there gnawing on muskrat stew, getting ready, boy.
Gene Emerson says, I guess Bashir doesn't excite me. Listen, we're not asking them to get you wet, girl. Okay, just keep your mind right. No, but really, that's interesting because I wasn't thinking of him as a pick to pique the interest of somebody like you, right? Like Bashir, I think would be more of a strategic, like, hey, yeah, let's bring in those Southerners, the white guys, maybe some that are in the middle, some of those white guy independent dudes or whatever, you know what I mean? The coal miners and all of that shit. Like, let's
you don't want somebody I know, I see what you're saying, but you don't want somebody too southern where they're like, "Hey, everybody, vote for my nigger girl." Like, you don't want that.
I don't think Bashir is that. You know what I mean?
What she say? Whatever, man. I want y'all to do me a favor. This is my new ad. I'm standing next to one of the top smartest nigger girls I've ever seen. Now, most niggers aren't that
and she's Indian.
and she's mixed with the Indians. And I don't mean the Indians that we, gave smallpox and the Trail of Tears. Hey, man, well, in fact, let's not even talk about that. I'm talking about
with the spicy food.
Right, the ones with the spicy food that got on their head and everything. I mean, she's both, man. That's like a gumbo of things we need, man.
Jambalaya. All right, we're gonna push on y'all, but she should be picking her VP very soon.
Tuesday.
All right. So yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Put it up because I already know. Don't debate dummies. DDD. But you can't help it, and you couldn't help yourself. I did too, but Pedro started getting hives and rashes. Are we saying their names too? Or are we gonna?
I mean, I don't have to. That could be figured out because it's not about the personal shit. It's just like
it is personal.
Well, I mean, it's more like they're representative of a mentality that we are up against, and I mean that in a very sort of literally obstructive way. Like their sort of mentalities are standing in the way of the progress of
the world.
Yeah, the world. But yeah, last night Shang and I were on a show out at Yamava Casino.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, Pedro did very well for about 2 minutes. Rest of the show totally stunk.
They kicked me out in the wheelchair, y'all.
He's murdering for 2 minutes, and then they rolled up, and then the Sandman came up and started going, "Hey, nigga, get off the stage!" But no,
get him,
get him. No,
he did a good crowd.
He had a really good set. He had to deal with.
I hit him with one bit of politics, and they were like,
"Oh no, I hit him with it right off the bat."
I
hit him right off the bat, and then of course we had some people, woo, woo, and then I just said, "I spit on you." And they shut up because I said, "I will jump off this stage. I will take my girth and I will throw it on all of you until you dead. You don't want a piece of the girth."
But the crowd wasn't the problem last night
at all.
There were two other
backstage.
Yeah, backstage, and there were two other comics on the show. One I've known for years. We're not close. No animosity at all.
I'm more close with him. Yeah, I've been on the road.
But and then the other comic I did not know, but they were buddies. Two white guys. And
were they white?
It started with it started with the guy that I know asking what I thought about I guess this Algerian boxer who beat the shit out of some lady, and she was born a woman but has high testosterone levels, and there's some question about her gender, but Olympic officials are out there like, this is not a gender thing. She was born a woman, has lived a woman, has woman on her passport, and
has an inverted vagina that they trying to say it's a penis, but it turtled.
It popped out.
Yeah.
I listen. My thing is like I really don't give a shit about any of this, right? Like, if trans athletes get into a sport and like a woman wants to like voluntarily gets into that ring to compete against them, then that's what it is. Like, you have chosen a warrior's life, and if you're gonna fight them, do it. And if not, then don't get your ass up and then complain and be like whatever. And again, this is supposedly in the Olympics not a trans issue anyways. But that being said, that's all I kind of said to them, and they were like, "Oh no, you can't blame the girl for going in there and fighting." I'm like, well, I mean, like, she made a choice to go in there, like, but
if I go up to Terrence Crawford and go, "Your mama's a bitch," and then he start beating the brakes off me, I made a choice to get my ass beat.
You go get your ass whooped.
But so yeah, women.
And so then all of that sort of bled into politics, and for a wee bit, even though I said I wouldn't do this anymore, I did engage.
He did it. He did it.
With the, I mean, but not like like after a while I got quiet. And when you were gone, when you were on stage, like I wasn't saying shit. Like I was just like, I'm done with this shit. But these are Trump supporters, who and what I find is that they meaning any general Trump supporter will find themselves contradicting themselves because that's all he does, right? So, for instance, there was a moment where both these comics recognize that Trump is a pathological liar. Am I wrong, Shane? Like they both
I said it to them at least 5 times.
But they were like, yeah, we know, yeah. And then I can't remember what the next specific thing was, but we were like,
then he said, well, you know what? This is what he said. Well, he's the pathological liar.
No, it was like we brought up something that he did, that Trump did, and they were like, yeah, but he said he didn't do that. And it's like, but you just admitted he was a pathological liar, but now you're gonna take his word. This doesn't make, like, these things don't add up.
Nothing made sense. And the fact that they said that he came out, that the woman at the black journalist debacle, I like to put that word on the end, debacle, and said she came out aggressive, and he, defended himself like a man. What the fuck are you talking about? This is the most scared little bitch of a man, bankrupt, sexual rapist man. What? So, it got real weird.
They were complaining about the way the black journalists treated him. And then the thing that it didn't shut me down. It's where I decided, you know what, I should pull back, because within this conversation, Shane, did I not? I said these few things. I was like, listen, you're either really, really rich, really, really racist, or both if you support Trump. I said this to both of them, right? Yeah. I also said, because it's one of those things where they're like denying systematic
everything. Racism. Everything was like, and what he meant was, what he said was, what he said was what he said, bitch.
I'm like, you guys know what racism is. Like, stop playing. Like,
or if you're a racist.
If you're white and you don't know anybody who's racist, then you are the racist, right? Like, I'm hitting them with this because it's like they're in these denial realms of, like,
they're in a bubble.
Yeah, they're in this bubble, this Fox News bubble or whatever, and it's like you're not aware of American history at all, right? And they're not aware of Kamala's blackness and all of this. It's those tropes. But when the one dude who I didn't know, I'm meeting for the first time, said that he didn't know, he said he's never heard Kamala Harris say one intelligent thing. And that's where I was like, nope.
And you should have seen.
I pulled out my phone. I was looking at kitten videos.
No. Nope. You know how when you watch a robot just shut itself down, like, Pedro was like, what motherfucker? And he just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I went at him a little bit more after that, but I was like a little bit. But I'm saying, and yes, LG, they were definitely not the sharpest knives in the drawer. Hence, don't debate dummies. But if you look at it, that's the same situation with Trumpity, Humpity Trumpity. This scared, frightened little man that got white supremacy and white Christian nationalists backing him, blowing smoke up his ass so he can feel even tougher. He won't even debate Kamala. He doesn't even want to debate Kamala, even though he agreed to debate. So maybe, even though I think she should murk him, in this situation, I feel like you should debate Dummies. In her situation with Trump, you should debate Dummies.
Well, also these debates, they're not like they're not really like, formal debate where people are arguing back and forth necessarily over an issue. I see them more as like presentations of these candidates over these issues to America, to the voters, right? So like they're kind of more like like a presentation or
it's like you say what you say, I say what I say, right? But I can't ask you, like, check you on, like, hey man, That shit wasn't true. You can't really go at them that way. You can, but then the moderator comes and goes, hey, come on now.
So yeah, in that sense, Kamala, and like presidents should debate, which is to say, present themselves to America and let's see what they really think about these issues. But in general, I'm more like on the street level, grassroots. I'm with Maya Baker here. Was sometimes you got to stop trying to educate the helpless, right? And like, listen, these are functioning individuals, families. I'm sure you got a mortgage, found ways to make money and bank account this and car that or whatever. But none of that makes you an intelligent person who's interpreting this world properly. Okay?
Well, I mean, if you just saw Pedro yesterday, I felt like a lot of times I see these people when I have debated with them, they always retreat to their whiteness. It's not logic or fact or reality. And then when I come with a hard knock fucking fact, I come in hard like, yeah, let's go. They always say, well, what aboutism? And well, what about this? What about that? No, motherfucker, stick to the thing. And when he did say Kamala's never said an intelligent thing, that we know
that's racist. Like that is a racist thing to
say. That's a racist statement.
Because like it just foundationally that is the essence of white supremacy, of that form of racism, is that Black people, people of color, are not intelligent, are animals. Therefore, we do not have to treat them humanely. It is the foundation of this.
And if you look at the Constitution, where they were saying we're not all human beings, we're subhuman. Yeah.
This woman is undergraduate degree, Juris Doctorate. She has been
passed the bar. She did pass the bar, for all you people that said, well, she didn't pass the bar, because all you listened to with Trump saying that, and it was a fucking lie. She failed the bar the first time, just like 75% of most lawyers who don't do well with the bar at first. It's a very difficult thing to pass.
Times, dog. So
yeah, like, and then end up being a lawyer. So
she's district attorney general, right? So and now she's also
senator,
and now is currently vice president. And like, to say that, like, you've either never listened to her at all, then if you never heard her say anything intelligent,
or you're just,
or you could say you don't like her, or you don't like her policies.
Right, just say I don't like her, but they do that with Black folks all the time.
Just like not intelligent at all,
right?
Is unabashedly racist, and you don't have to use the N word all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do all of these things. It's just racism can be as subtle. It can be subtly obvious, right? Like,
oh no, and Trump actually says she's not smart. She's a bomb. She was a bomb, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, look at your resume, bitch. 34 counts, felony, fraudster to the tune of over $500 million, sexual rapist to the tune of $85 million in fucking damages that you still got to pay, bitch. And they already said that it's going to be $450 million in interest if you don't pay it in a certain amount of time. So fuck you. And not only that, you're intellectually fucking stunted. You never can answer a question. They just had him on an interview about crypto. He's like, yeah, crypto and all that crypto stuff. And he couldn't even answer anything about it because he don't know shit about it. But he wants them to back them with money. He said he hated electric cars. Elon Musk said, I'm not giving you $45 million a fucking month. And then all of a sudden, electric cars are perfect. Him and JD Vance don't have a real fucking spine. They will blow whichever way the wind blows. JD Vance said he was America's Hitler, and now the motherfucker's all up his asshole, just cuddling his ball sack. So I mean, they're but yet Caucasians, a percentage of the Caucasoids, are still rocking with him. A percentage of bamboo fucking ass niggas is really still rocking with this dude and saying, I don't care what she said. I don't care if she said something right. I'm still voting for Trump. And you know the two dudes that we was talking about backstage, both of them are voting for Trump. There's no gray area. Yeah, absolutely. Even though one of them said, I don't know who I'm voting for. Stop it. Stop it. You don't and by the way, one of them was a Jew. And he knows for a fact some of the horrible shit that Trump and some of the white Christian nationalists and also some of the Nazis have said pertaining to Jews. If you look at the footage, they were saying Jews will not replace us, blood and soil, which was something that the Nazis did when they were dragging, and you can look it up. They used to drag Jewish people to ovens and put them in ovens. And how do you even rock with somebody that's even adjacent to that type of shit? Because it was Nazis.
Yeah, you know.
No, it was what was it? Where was it at? Fuck, Pedro, help me. It was where they all marched? They had the khakis on.
Charlottesville.
Shit. Charlottesville. These motherfuckers actually beat up. It was and he happened to be Jewish. It was a black girl, an interracial couple. They were walking to their car, and there's footage of it. And these dudes beat the brakes off these kids. And these were kids. These were young adults. And they beat the shit out.
That's a scene straight out of Higher Learning.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of them. And, they were attacking people. And they were saying Antifa was fighting them. So you got to understand, this is what we're dealing with. But last night, Pedro shut down because you're like, enough. It looked like you said, enough's enough. I ain't going to keep explaining. I'm not going to,
No, it's and like this is where I'm at with this for real. It's like it's gonna sound crazy to say, but like I'm better than you. Like I'm a better person than these individuals are, and that collective MAGA shit is. Like I am not about to waste my time trying to impart anything to these people. Like I see who you are. There's nothing to talk about anymore. Like that shit is done, bro. Like we're on this show. We're gonna blah 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 about we blah 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 about. But like the shit they're saying, the shit these motherfuckers think, like that shit's donezo, bro. Like,
well, no, it's
those days are over, man. Like for real.
Well, no, but I've seen you do like an hour and a half. I've seen you do an hour and a half back and forth with a motherfucker at Flowers. I've seen you do an hour and a half.
Yeah, that was 6 years ago or some shit.
Yeah,
like
but my thing is, I'm done. It's like I'm not going to yell at the moon and expect a response. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with that shit too. But I had to get a few more in with him. I'm like, he says, they made up the Russia shit. Why did they go after him about Russia? Because he asked Russia for help. That's why, you dumb motherfuckers. That's why they went after him.
These are the dudes that are like, but see, like him being friends with Putin, that's smart. That's saying like, hey, we don't want to fight. And he's like, and I understand Putin. He doesn't want NATO at his doorstep. And it's like, you dummy. Putin is Cobra Commander. He's the bad guy. Like, what the fuck?
He's the bad guy.
Why are you empathizing with him, you dummy?
But they empathize with anybody that is in the same vein as Trump. Anybody that's in the same vein as Trump. Anybody that's a troller. And a lot of time these people just want to own the libs. And that's what they say. I'd rather own the libs than actually get something done in Congress and in the Senate and anything that will actually help American people. Nah, but I'd rather just make sure I own and see liberal tears. That means you're a fucking sadist. You're a horrible human being. And there's a lot of people like that. And that's who we got to vote against. The problem is, this is the one thing I said, the reason I don't think Kamala will have much of a chance, even though a lot of y'all think she will, but I'm very positive about her right now. But I think that the deviousness that is going to go down, and this is the thing I wanted to show you. I didn't know this was the amount of people. Trump is counting on votes not being certified. 70 state officials are already in place in swing states that could refuse to certify the election. That's why he keeps saying, we don't need any votes. I got enough votes. We're good for votes. So that's scary that there's that many. That's a lot. That's 70.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to subvert. Like, when you ask like about Trump winning versus Kamala winning, I was like, she's going to win the election. They're going to try to subvert it again. Like that's, he's going to try and take the presidency. And that's what that is.
I don't think it's just him. I don't think he's that smart. That's the other thing I said. You guys give him too much credit.
I mean,
the plan of
the plan.
The plan of his whole coalition is to not win fairly. And if you look at how a percentage of Caucasoids that are mediocre motherfuckers that end up getting to the top tier of everything that are mediocre motherfuckers. In our business, the comedy business, there's motherfuckers that couldn't hold our dicks with salad spoons. That's an old saying. It's like, man, you couldn't hold my dick with salad spoons, man. Like I used to say, you couldn't follow me in a car, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and yet, when you look at the spots in the clubs that we do, the Improv, even the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store, the bulk of the audience, not the audience, I'm sorry, the comics you see in the lineup are people that are subpar. And I'm not hating on, there's some funny motherfuckers, but it's mostly suspect motherfuckers that really ain't bringing the heat. And yet they get spots every week, constantly get spots. They get in all the festivals. I just looked at a festival I got turned down for, and I was like, yo, I'm doing well enough where I'm not worrying about it from that standpoint. Like, oh, they just didn't like me for the fucking Milwaukee festival. Oh, God, I won't get to go to Milwaukee. But so it's not like it tears my soul apart. But when I saw the lineup, I'm like, these motherfuckers is openers at best. The same thing when you look at Kamala and Trump, and I know you saying that I feel positive about her smoking him in the popular vote, but it's all about the electoral. And I just feel like
that's where they're gonna cheat.
Yeah,
they know that too. That's why Trump's telling people you don't have to vote, because I don't need your vote. They're gonna steal it on the.
We're gonna steal it, and the problem I have with the Democrats, this shit's going on. Go hard in the paint. Put that out there just as much as you put out Project 2025, which you need to put that out there as much as possible. We need to hear about Project 2025. And I got to give, Reed went through the whole 920. Joy Reed went through it. And each day this week, she's been breaking down different sections of it that show you how many rights are going to be taken specifically away from not only people of color and women. And you know who's getting the more brunt of it, Pedro? And women. Women are really going hard in the paint when it comes to women. They are, I mean, like fucking crazy shit.
It starts there, but
I'm saying, but
niggas will be next. So stay vigilant. That's why we all got to stick together, man. They crazy.
You got to look around. Why are you looking around when we're online? We can see you looking around. Yeah, but if okay. No, I didn't hear nothing, man. What the fuck? I noticed, I didn't hear nothing. Before we get out of here, it says, well, if they don't certify the election, can't Biden ride in and force some action? Do you really think Biden's going, okay, stop it. Biden's not going to ride in because he's too bipartisan, or he's my colleague. He's always trying to give them the benefit of the doubt instead of going hard in the paint. That's the one thing I really did not like about Biden. I
think Miyu is being a little bit facetious there, because the Supreme Court basically gave Trump immunity on a broad, sort of spectrum, that maybe Biden, if some chicanery occurs, then Biden can just step in and be like, nah, nigga, I'm still president. Now what?
Yeah, now what? Okay.
Come get me out my office.
Yeah, Pedro, how often do you use chicanery?
What's today?
I think that's this year. How many times have you been like in a conversation, you drive into a gig, you're like, man, there's some chicanery going on. I don't really think you use that word. I think you used it.
That might have been that might have been the one of the year,
That might have been your one for this year, because I like to use the word tomfoolery, which is it's like, if you see niggas saying that like on the corner, like, hey man, enough of this tomfoolery, man. Right, Pedro? And you're like, yeah, a lot of chicanery going on.
Right.
Then we've been reading a lot of dictionaries or listening to old like radio shows.
Yeah. Gina Emerson says maybe the Dems are moving in silence to obstruct the steal. I mean, I feel like it's a battle that's out there. You know what I mean? And Dems are well aware of it. We see it. It's all it's on blast.
Well, I can't really talk about it because I just turned black. Maybe she's black, maybe she's not. I think she just turned black. She decided to be black. And then there's old footage of her. I mean, old footage. And they asked her, and she said, "No, black. I'm living as black. I'm Indian too. I'm both, but I live as black. So I don't want to hear. And all the people that are like saying that they were wrong for bringing him there, stop it. If you're black and you saw that, you got to admit, he's kind of an asshole. Let's be real.
Yeah. All right. So listen, if you want to maintain your peace, your zen, do not debate Dummies. And also another peaceful zen thought that came across my feed that I saved for y'all as we go into this weekend here.
Is it your IG?
Yeah, a little something I got for y'all. And I haven't done one in a while, but when I do it, I usually do it like this.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro, popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. Man, I got this for y'all. Just let this sit in, man, because this is, I feel this right here.
Be rich in America is to be loved. Full stop. It's a violent, rapacious place. If you don't have money, it's a loving, generous place if you do have money. Once you hit your number, there's no reason to be a hoarder, because this is what makes you happy. Spend it. I spend so much fucking money, and it's amazing. And then you know what I do? I give it away. And so what I would say to anyone else who has a lot of money, why do you need to be a billionaire? It's not going to get you anything. Here's what you do. You do amazing things with friends and family. You take care of your parents. You fly your friends to Aspen to hang out with you. And then anything above that, you give it away. And there's so many amazing causes and people, and overpay the people who work with you. Throw money around like you're a fucking gangster in the 50s diagnosed with ass cancer. Just live it up. And you know what? You're going to love life. Don't do it because you're noble. Don't do it because you're praying to some god or whatever it is. I can tell you firsthand, it feels amazing.
Wow.
Come on, man. Come on now. Listen, guys. I know we out here scraping and scrapping and I don't know his name.
Struggling and surviving. So
I don't know his name. Good humor. I'm sorry. I focused on the message. You know what I'm saying? And like Cooch, I like this guy. I like this philosophy. I don't even need to know who he is.
I know who he is.
I don't know who he is, guys. I don't know. It doesn't matter. For me, I'm the kind of person, it really doesn't matter who he is. The message is so pure and real, right? Like, and he is spitting facts, but I got the facts. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. First of all, I just need to know. Okay, we do need to know who he is, because if he's giving away money, I'd take some. I see what you're saying now. I should probably find out, more importantly, where he is too. If he just giving it away. But I think that's an important message for us to all soak up, especially in this, capitalistic dog eat dog sort of world where it's kind of everybody for themselves.
Pedro, why'd you play that bullshit, man? What are you talking about? I don't believe in none of that shit, man. Fuck that. I wish I would help a motherfucker with a motherfucking thing, man.
So when I get rich, ain't none of y'all gonna ever hear from me.
When I get rich, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy other rich motherfuckers to be between me and you, because I don't want you to even have your dirty little niggling hands next to me. No, of course. I've had that mentality in other ways, not just financially, but just in the assistance of other people. I'm not gonna do it anymore. That's dead. But I'm saying I've done it for at least 30 years. Where I've been that way. I'm one of the people that will try to help you find the directions to the subway when you're lost. But I just feel like when you get older, and you will get older, hopefully you'll be older longer than you'll be younger. People.
Like that.
You gotta understand. There's a certain point where I'm starting to feel like circle my wagons and fuck the world, because when I see how the world has been wanting to, fucking me. But I've seen him on. He says how young people are taking the brunt of the bullshit of the world. He was on Bill Maher. He's been on Bill Maher a lot. I watched some of his interviews, and I can't fucking place his name, but I do know who he is. I've seen him many, many, many times. That was one of the more profound things I've seen him say. But do you believe that? Do you really believe that billionaires actually only fuck with billionaires?
I'm dead set against billionaires. Like it should not be a thing. Not while we have as much poverty, homelessness, and sickness around the world. Like there is no reason. Nobody needs hundreds of billions of dollars, dude. Like that is just not a thing that is useful. And then we have to understand that as crazy as these numbers sound, you know, this nation is worth trillions of dollars, whatever. Like these are finite numbers at a certain point. So if a certain group of people have all of like billions and billions and billions of dollars, then those dollars literally cannot be anywhere else, as in poor people's hands, right? So it means that like millions and millions and billions of people have to have like little to nothing in order for a few people to have
everything.
Like, but it's literally a resource we've created, money, and it is finite. Even if we print more, right? The value is in here that we place on it. But even if we print more money, it would still always be a finite amount of money. So the more that it goes to the top, obviously the poorer and poorer the masses.
I just see it as the top 1% of the 1% are evil, and we need to get the Avengers. No, they're evil. It's not about then, you know, it's like, so I bought another gold toilet. And I wiped my ass with $100 bills. They're evil, and we need the Avengers, at least at minimum Hulk. Let's just use the Hulk to go up there and smash. Yeah. And you know, like he did Loki. They need to grab. I will not listen to you. I'm a god. Oh shit. That's what they need to be done to them, because they don't give a fuck. And you see how it's happening. And if you look at the Trump coalition, where he's trying to cater and pander, because he's a fucking pander bear, to the billionaires, they don't give a fuck. That means something about them is evil.
Gina Emerson says Bill Gates gives away a lot of money, doesn't he? And didn't his ex-wife donate millions? Yeah, they give away a lot of money and still have way more money than they gave away, right? Like think about it like this. I saw a stat that said something like this, like it was specific to a person, but we could just break it down into 1 billion, right? Like imagine you had $1 billion. You could give away $1 million to everybody in America. You could give every person in America $1 million, and you would still have $650 million left over.
Yeah.
$650 million.
But you know what?
Like
the people at the top don't give a fuck about the people in the middle or at the bottom. So I understand what he's saying.
And then there is a comment about you wouldn't even have to give everybody $1 million, because there are some Americans who wouldn't need it, right? I bet you if we really broke down the world in economics, we would see that. And I'm just guessing, round dash it. This is out of my ass completely, but I'm just talking about scale. That, you know, for all these $100 billion people, whatever, like I bet you everybody in the world only needs like $5 million. You know, like lifetime. Yeah. Like if we really did it right or whatever, right? You know, I mean, if we really wanted to have money as this resource.
This is how, but poor people look up to rich people. And the reason that Trump is seen as this big winner, even though he's an incredible loser, Trump University, I'm just throwing it out there. The bottom line is these people want to get tax breaks for the people that already don't need tax breaks. They want to get tax breaks for motherfuckers that, even if they did get taxed 40%, they
would be mega wealthy, bro.
They could buy golden yaks to just ride around on.
Warren Buffett, I saw a quote from him where he was like, and you know, understand if you don't, that he's one of like the richest men in America and the world.
No, I think he's number 3. He's up there.
And very successful investor, but he he said something like, his company just paid all their taxes, whatever. And if like 7 of America's other highly successful corporations did that, we could pay for America.
That's how fun. But what I'm
That's
saying is,
bro, it's so ridiculous. So, whoever the guy is who said that and put that out there, at least into my ears, and I know he's not the first, but I've thought these things myself, but to hear somebody who is rich say it, and then the benefit too of like actually spending it and creating because isn't that really what it's about? Not to hoard the money, but to like be able to
shut up, Pedro. Shut up.
Life.
Stop it. Mine.
Quality of life,
Mine. Shut up. Mine. That's how they sound to me. When I see super rich people, I just flew a golden plane, and I'm like, mine. Fuck them. And you know what? That's why I have no problem with the poor eating the rich. And I mean eating them. I don't mean just eating them up like, he ate that motherfucker up. I'm talking about physically cooking them and eating them. I say that's what we should do. The poor should eat the rich.
Right. Yeah. It's happened historically over and over again. Gina Emerson says, do you think if everyone had $1 million, would people still be robbing folks? Yes, absolutely. Because money won't prevent people from being a piece of shit. And some people will just be that sometimes. But I think with economic equality and more parity in our side and globally, that the people who then did rob other people, especially for money, when you've been set up, when you're okay, they would stand out more, and that they would become pariahs in society.
The first
rather than a normal byproduct of poverty. You know what I mean?
And people are like, you already had it. What the fuck are you doing? But we'll see. Lady Hazel Mason says, Warren Buffett says when he dies, he's giving all his money to charities. I think that would be nice to put that in with all of the super duper rich. But there's also people that leave it to their families, and that's why you see these snow monkeys that are actually the wealthiest, is because they keep leaving money to their dysfunctional ass kids, and their dysfunctional ass kids have kids, and they leave it to them. So their wealth keeps going. The people at Heinz never gonna have a problem with a car payment, ever. So I just feel like, if you look at Japan, what they're trying to do is to try to add some kind of balance. In Japan, you rarely see homeless people. They said you rarely see homeless people. You rarely see people, like, they're trying to set it up where it's equity for each person. America's not going to do that because America's an evil place, and the people in the top 1% are evil. We need.
Well, don't worry, you won't see homeless people in America either very soon, because they're about to round them up and make them moon slaves. They're about to shovel them bodies up.
So y'all better learn how to carve a crater, because it's gonna happen. All right, so I don't have no shame.
The Gates said their kids only get $10 million each when they die. Rest goes to charity. I mean, come on, bro. If you can't live off $10 million, you ain't doing it right. You ain't living right, bro. Like this.
Well, there's a lot of people that feel like it's just not enough because people are greedy. They're greedy. That's the world we live in. And you know what? That's why we come on the show. We talk about it, see what you think, and you share it with other people. If you were really a good friend, you people in the feed, you would share our shit. But if you're not a good friend, then I understand. But Savage AF, yo, man, let's get up out of here, man. I'm a bounce out. I gotta go stab somebody.
Hey, man, I wouldn't go. They'll get you for premeditated, Shane. You always got to act like it. I don't know what happened. I lost control.
Yeah, I lost control. I blacked out.
They'll use this as evidence.
But the general public out there, watch out for this shit, because this shit is coming down the pike. And I think that I didn't know it was 70 states, but 70 states are officially already in place to swing states that
70 state officials, not 70
state officials are already in place to swing states that can refuse to certify the election. So look out for that. So when it happens, also, you know what else you need to look out for? You need to look out for us at the Brea Improv. We're going to be at the Brea Improv. That is actually Thursday, August 8th at 8 p.m. If you want to get on the free guest list, DM myself or at Black Pedro on our IGs. That means Pedro will get at you through the IG. I'll get at you through the IG, which you should follow, or just tag us on Threads, and you can get in free, and the list is unlimited, so you can get into the show. Also, if you get a chance, you have to be in New York City. I'm going to be there doing a show September 6th at the City Winery. I'll be at the City Winery in New York City. Go to my website, iamshank.com. Get your tickets now, right now. All right. And so, yeah, there you go. We'll be back this weekend. I forgot. I'll be at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach tomorrow night, and also the Comedy Chateau at 7:30, and then at 10 o'clock I'll be at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach, and then tonight I'll be in Carson at the Platinum Lounge, baby.
And I'll be at the Chateau tonight, actually, in a few hours, hosting the 7:30 show, y'all. So come on now, man. You know what it is.
Come out to the live shows. Go to the website. I am Shane. We will see you Monday. Make sure that you you share and subscribe to the channel. That's all we're asking. We ain't asking you for a pound of flesh. We ain't asking you to come over and suck our dicks.
Especially if it's boar's head meat, because they recalled 7 million pounds of meat. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
Boar's head?
But I don't eat it anyway. So, but make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't make me tell y'all again. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you Monday. There's 3 things that need to be said again. And by the way, for the people that were debating with us,
if you are still voting for Donald Trump in this day and age, only 3 things can be possible. You are either 1, really, really rich, 2, really, really racist, or 3, both.
Both. BOFF. Both.
Yeah.
We'll see you Monday. We out.